Hello students. So let's begin with the first topic, that is indices and logarithm, right? Indices and logarithm. So in this, first we'll see the indices, then we'll come to the logarithm, right? So first, that is indices. So what is meant by indices? So indices means the index of any given number. The index of any given number is the number of times the given number is multiplied by itself, gives as the product, is known as what? Indices. Yeah. Indices means an index of any given number, right, is the number of times the given number is multiplied by itself, gives as the product, is known as indices. Just to make the meaning clear, you can have an example, right? Suppose if the number is 2 raised to 3. If the number is 2 raised to 3, so here 3 is called as what? 3 is called as the index, or sometimes it is also called as the power, and 2 is called as what? 2 is called as the base, right? So 3 is the index, or it is also called as the power. So what does it indicates? It indicates how many times we have to multiply the given number. The given number is 2, right? So this 2 we have to multiply to itself how many times? 3 times, right? So the same how we express as 2 raised to 3 is equal to 2 we have to multiply 3 times. With this 2 into 2 into it is what? 2. So if you multiply 2 3 times, right? So the result is 2 into 2 4, 4 into 2 8. Right? So the result obtained is how much? It is 8, right? So here indices means what? As I told, indices means it is index, right? The index of any given number is the number of times the given number is multiplied by itself, gives as the product, is known as what? It is indices, right? So after multiplying the given number to itself 3 times, whatever result is obtained, that is called as what? Product, right? So 3 is called as the index, 2 is called as the base, and 8 is called as the product, right? So what do you mean by it is indices? Indices means the index of any given number is the number of times the given number is multiplied by itself, gives as the product, is known as what? It is indices, right? So like this, as I told about the question pattern in section A, you will get the objective type questions. I told you will get the only, so far as theoretical part is concerned, you will get only objective type questions in section A. In section B, section C and section D, you won't get any theoretical part, right? So in section A, they ask what do you mean by indices. So like this, you must be able to write in how many sentences? 2 sentences. So I hope it is clear to you all what do you mean by these indices, right? So here indices are used to simplify the index or the power. Just to make the simplification easier, we make use of what it is, indices, right? That means to simplify the index or the power, right? So to simplify this index or power, so there are mainly 7 rules. There are how many rules? There are 7 rules. So first I will give those 7 rules, and then we'll have some examples on these indices, right? So please take down the rules of indices. So at the top you write, that is laws or rules of indices, right? So there are mainly 7 rules, right? So my first rule is, suppose it is a raised to n is multiplied with a raised to n, right? There are 2 numbers, a raised to m is multiplied by a raised to n. So as I told, a is called as my base and this power is called as the index, right? That is called as indices. So the same how we have to express. Now a we have to multiply m times, that we have to multiply again by a by how many times? N times, right? So to simplify this power, so we make use of what it is? Indices, right? So the same is written as, here my common base is what it is? A. So you write the common base, it is a, right? So if there is a multiplication, right? If there is a multiplication, so index is always added, right? So write the common base, it is a. So when we can add the power? When the base is same. The base has to be same, right? To simplify the index. So your common base is a, write that common base, and we are multiplying. As we are multiplying, so this index we have to add. So it is written as it is m plus what it is? n. This is my first rule. My second rule is, if it is a raised to n, that is divided by a raised to n, means if there is a division, right? If there is a division, here there was multiplication, right? So if there is multiplication, always index we have to add, and if there is a division, what we have to do? We have to minus the index, right? But to minus the index, see that whether the base is same or not, right? So here base is how much? It is a. So write that common base, it is a, right? Then as there is a division, so we have to minus the index, means from m we have to minus n. So it is written as a raised to, it is m minus what it is? n. This is the second rule, right? Now the third rule is, if it is a raised to n, this whole raised to, it is what? n, right? A raised to m, we have to multiply how many times? N times. Clear? So how to simplify? So the same is written as, common base is, it is a. So if it is a raised to n, we have to multiply n times, means at that time this index we have to multiply. What do you have to do? M we have to multiply by, it is n. So it is written as a raised to, it is m into n. Both the index we have to multiply. This is the third rule. Now my fourth rule is, if it is a raised to m is multiplied by b raised to n. Sorry. If it is a into b, sorry, if it is a into b, that whole raised to is n, right? Here there are two different numbers. A is one number, b is another number, but the index of both the numbers is what it is? Same. So if it is a into b, that whole raised to n, so the same is written as, it is a raised to, it is n. A raised to n is multiplied by, it is b raised to what it is? n. Right? This is the fourth rule. Fifth rule is, if it is a divided by b, this whole raised to, suppose it is n, right? There is a division. A is divided by b, right? A is one number, b is another number. So a divided by b, but the index of both the numbers is what it is? Same, n. The same is written as a raised to n, a raised to n, that is divided by this b raised to what it is? n, right? Means if there is a division, if there are two different numbers, but if the power is same, right? So if there is a multiplication, a into b, that whole raised to m, so it is written as a raised to m into b raised to m. And if there is a division, a divided by b, that whole raised to m, right? So it is written as a raised to m divided by, it is b raised to m, right? This is the fifth rule. Then sixth rule is, if it is a raised to 0, right? If it is a raised to 0, so any value which is raised to 0 is not 0. Any value which is raised to 0 is not 0. So it is always 1, right? Any value which is raised to 0 is not 0, it is always remains 1. This is the sixth rule. And my seventh rule is, if it is a raised to minus n, right? Means when the index is negative. If the index is negative, right? To convert this negative into positive index, what you have to do? You have to write in its reciprocal form, right? To convert this negative index into positive, we have to write into reciprocal form. So how you have to write? It is always to convert any value into reciprocal form. So 1, right? 1 always we have to divide by the given value. The given value is a raised to minus n. So it is 1 divided by, you have write a raised to, instead of writing minus m, you have write plus m, means it is written as a raised to, simply it is m. So we are writing simply m means it is positive only, right? So like this, to any index, if it is negative, to convert into positive, this value we have to write in its reciprocal form, and to write in its reciprocal form, what you have to do, always you have to 1 always we have to divide by the given value. So 1 divided by given value is a raised to minus m is written as a raised to plus m, right? So these are the main 7 fundamental rules of what it is indices. So on this also they will ask the question in the exam for how many marks? 2 marks. Write the different laws or the rules of what it is indices, right? So at least 4 if you write, so you will get how many marks? 2 marks, right? So like this objective question they will ask in section A, right? So in these 7 rules you have to be perfect, right? So if you are perfect in these 7 rules, so easily you can solve the problems on what it is, the indices, right? So in the next video, so I'll come with the problems on what it is indices. Thank you.